Hello everyone, and welcome to TyDy Loves Christ, the perfect solution for a wholesome family show.
For everyone.
Anyway, moving on here, I think we'd like to formally make a public service announcement. We are representing the Church of Christ, of course, the Savior of mankind, and I'd like you all to know that swearing is wrong, okay? It doesn't matter whether you're saying as horrible things as gosh darn it. I'm sorry.
Even Cheez-Its crust.
Alright. Families watch this show.
I know I took it too far.
Alright, you know what? It's alright. I have a depiction of Jesus Christ, our Savior here, and you're going to pray to Him for your sins.
Jesus, you're looking well. You have a lot of holes in your body.
That's from when they crucified
I guess it's just because you're so holy.
Oh!
No! Get the children! No! No! Oh my God!
Hello everyone, and welcome to TyDy Live episode 3.1. We're not going to get into why it has to be 3.1, we'll just leave it at that. I'd like to welcome, as usual, my co-host Tyler. Whoa!
Racism.
Alright, bringing it back now. So most of this episode is going to be some skits that me and Marty did together, where we make fun of and do different versions of scenes from The Room. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but it is praised as being the worst movie of all time, and it actually has a large fan base because it's so bad. The full movie is on YouTube, and
We do not support piracy.
will be playing clips from that movie before the ones that we have created, so there's a little bit of comparison. I will warn you, they get a little wacky, to say the least. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to be talking about today is jokes. And when most people consider a joke to be going too far. Tyler, let's start with you on this one.
I would say it goes too far. Like, you know the rule that jokes come in threes. It's like, three. No. Like, basically, you can tell a joke like 3 times, but like then it goes to 5, and then it's like, man, it's still like not funny anymore. But I guess you can still get some people, and then you add on 2, and then it's 7, then it's 9, then it's 11. Like, that's how you do the joke. Like, saying it over and over again. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, we're mostly referring to when the first time is considered too far or offensive to the listener.
I feel like jokes are jokes. Jokes are supposed to be funny, and even if it's not funny, like you didn't laugh, doesn't mean like it was offensive. If it's a gray line, or like just a gray area to figure out if someone actually meant something racist or something like sexist. But I'm pretty sure, you're not a dumbass. You'll be able to figure out if this person is legitimately serious and like actually thinks that someone is inferior to another person, but that is very rare. So
yeah, anyone who knows me knows that I tell a lot of offensive jokes.
oh yeah.
But I myself, I'm of the opinion that a joke is a joke. I mean, obviously there are areas where it's so offensive it's just a bad joke, or you can't tell they're joking so it's offensive, but whether or not a joke is offensive is not really the question, it's whether you should be offended by it, which I guess is kind of a weird way to phrase it, but like if you tell a joke about AIDS is obviously not in concept a funny thing. It's a disease that kills people, which is not funny. But if you have a joke, if you make a joke where someone laughs about it, and it's people know you and they know that that's what's gonna happen and it is funny, that's a joke. You shouldn't be offended by it because we're not trying to say AIDS itself is funny, just how we put it is funny, which is proven by people laughing about it. So obviously you gotta know your audience. You can't walk up to someone who's dying of cancer and be like, yeah, blah, 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 is cancerous. Like, that would be very offensive. But if I'm just talking to Tyler and he's ranting about something, I'm like, yeah, that's cancerous right there. it's not offensive to him. If someone hears it, they shouldn't be offended. And if they are, honestly, stop listening to what we're talking about. If we say something on the show that offends you, stop watching the show. If you're choosing to do this, you're choosing to be offended by it when you should know they didn't mean anything by it.
Exactly.
So obviously there are limits, but for the most part, you can really joke about anything as long as you know your audience and you know where it's too far.
Do you think there's a such thing as too soon?
Not at all. Well, maybe. Depends.
I would say like in rare situations, yes, but like most of the time. Most of the time.
Okay, so Anthony Jeselnik is a well-known comedian for saying some of the most offensive shit I've ever heard, but they're also really funny. So he is a huge advocate for being able to joke about anything, including the too soon concept. And he proves this, and he says he tests his ability to tell jokes by making a joke on Twitter the day a tragedy happens. Now, if there was a too soon scenario, that would be it. However, they are funny. And people always go, he said that people come up to him and are like, you know, how do you think this makes the victims feel, blah, blah, but he's saying, his response to this is, the day of a tragedy, the victims are not on Twitter. And afterward, they probably won't be looking at that stuff anyway. So I think that applies here in that if you're going to make a joke about something that happened pretty recently that could offend someone, you got to know who you're talking to. Like,
Yeah.
if someone's mom dies, you're not going to go up and make a joke about it the day after it happened, because, I mean, that's just an awful thing to do.
Yeah.
But if it's like, you know, a while later, and you make that a joke similar to that to like your friend or something, it's fucked up. But if it's funny, it's a joke, and as long as like that person isn't aware, once they find out about it, that's where you kind of get into the area of maybe that wasn't the best idea. Because I'm not advocating that you should joke about dead parents or any other tragedy.
Yeah.
Unless you're Anthony Jeselnik, because he's hilarious. But, do you have anything else to add?
I was gonna say that I forget. It was something about how. Oh yeah, he's Anthony Jeselnik.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's more his audience when he does like the Twitter thing like the day after a tragedy. His audience is all the people that are like, oh yeah, my prayers. Like that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, like on the topic of his audience, the people who follow his Twitter know that's gonna happen. So
Yeah.
if you're following his Twitter and you get offended by those, it's your own goddamn fault. Stop following him. But also on that note, that's a whole separate issue that I guess we can move in now since you brought it up. So now we are moving on to something Tyler has brought up, which is the my thoughts and prayers thing. It's mostly just my prayers now, but basically the concept for those unaware, because they haven't used social media anytime in the last 2 years, is when a tragedy happens, people will post these things saying my thoughts and prayers with blah blah blah, my thoughts and prayers with whoever, whatever the victims were. And the concept that we bring up is that doesn't mean anything.
Oh yeah.
They're not seeing that, and you're not helping them in any way. And I mean, the most cynical way to look at that, and this is what Anthony Jeselnik brings up, is that you're really just trying to get people to notice that you're there. You want people to know you're on Instagram or give you attention because of it. Because if you don't post anything about it, you can still give them your prayers, even though that's not going to really do anything, depending on, I mean, I guess, varies your religion. But physically, it's not going to do anything for them. But posting it is just kind of a way to say, like, hey, don't forget I'm here today.
Yeah.
There's no actual purpose for it.
And like, even if you're living 100 miles away from like the tragedy, you can still help. You can like send money. You can do like set up a foundation or like a donation thing.
These are all
like,
pretty extreme things.
Yeah, but like that, it's so much better than just saying, you know, my thoughts and prayers are with you, because that doesn't mean shit at the end of the day.
I
Doesn't
agree.
mean anything.
All right, so the next one that we have scheduled in here. So once again, moving on.
Let's
So
go.
yeah, sorry, the camera cut out, which tends to happen, and we don't have a cameraman here to continue it. So, but anyway, all right, Tyler had to take a call. So,
Who's the president?
Tyler had to take a call, so we're back again now. Once again, there was a cut. So we are now moving on to some school-related subjects, specifically, once again, English, where we did the satire unit, and my satire is in relation to the school, and I think it just brings up some funny stuff about the school, because basically, in order to stop kids from skipping gym and save the school some money, we're going to enslave kids who skip gym and use them to work on the school. If you're unfamiliar with the modest proposal, this will sound insane. You're not my target audience, so I don't care. Basically, what I enlightened in this, though, is that our school, one, overvalues gym, and two, spends its money retardedly. Let's start with the first one. Gym is the only class that's not like a main academic like math or English that you have to take for 4 years, and if you fail one quarter, you cannot graduate. Which, I mean, it's so ridiculous to me. You only have to take 2 years of Spanish in high school, and I think it might even be 1 now, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's a language course. We should have to be taught language. And it's not me arguing that we should have to take 4 years of Spanish or blah, blah, blah. It's me arguing that it's ridiculous that Spanish or French, or I'm mostly talking about Spanish because I take it and it's better. Yeah. You only have to take for 2 years, whereas gym, you have to take for 4 years, and you can't graduate if you fail one quarter. So you could have hundreds in all AP and honors classes throughout your high school career, but if you failed one quarter of gym for any reason, you can't graduate. Which to me is just, as I said, it's ridiculous. How do you feel about this?
I feel that it's like just if we had all the rules laid out on one big list and like relayed it back to the school, I hope at least that they would realize the stupidity of it all, cause like it like one semester could like ruin your whole high school career. That is really, really scary.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight. PE class.
Yeah, and just it's PE. No one gets like you don't go to PE to like work out. You go home to work out, cause that's where that's where you can actually do like you can specifically work out on certain things, like if you want like arms to be more muscular or whatever, or legs, whatever. But like gym is just dumb. They say it's so that your heart rate, is to be lower so you're more in shape, but no, that's not how that works.
Yeah, I mean the general concept, I assume, is to keep kids in better shape so our whole country isn't fat as shit. But the thing is,
newsflash,
you're not losing a considerable amount of weight playing pickleball in gym. Like, if they wanted to value it so much, the least they could do is make it like a real exercise thing where they find fun ways, or at least any way, to actually improve your cardio or anything like that, or spend more time in the fitness center doing real things instead of spin bikes and weird little, weird things where you're moving weights in weird directions. Like, that's ridiculous. Yeah. The only reason they probably don't do that is because everyone would hate it, because no one really likes working out. So it's just, on one hand, they should have us work out for real. On the other hand, no one wants to do that. So that isn't going to change. What could change is the fact that they overvalue gyms so much that it basically decides whether you graduate more than almost any other class. So now that this rant is concluded...
Whoa.
Oh, you have
I was going to say,
right, yep.
What if, there is a negative that I realized, but what if, like, only certain kids that, like, they deemed, like, if you had a heart rate, or if you could run a mile at, like, this time, and then that was, like, the standard, if you had something that was higher than that, then you would have to do gym for, like, a certain amount of time, so that you could, until you could get that mile time to what they wanted it to be, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I see where you're going.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
obviously
heart rate
there's problems with it because you're basically singling out kids.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, bullying would probably increase, but like, if some way we could get it maybe in that sort of area.
Yeah, well, one thing I brought up for my modest proposal, real solutions, was that gym should be a 2, at most 3-year course, which I think is fair. You should not, if you want to skip gym to do classwork, because by the way, if you skip one gym to do schoolwork, you get like all these emails, and I don't even know if you can make it up unless you get the office permission. It's ridiculous, because if you can't make it up, that's like 5 points off your grade because you decided your academic work was more important than playing tennis. Like, all right, for the 6,000th time this episode, the camera cut out because we ran out of storage, and definitely have to cut a lot because we have to include time for the clips. So, without further ado, thank you for watching TyDy Live episode 3.1. This is Tyler. This is me. And here come the ridiculous clips of us doing random skits from a movie we all love. Oh yeah. Sick.
Not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
I have a problem with Lisa. She said that I hit her.
What?
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, what's up, Johnny?
I have a problem with Lisa. She said I hit her.
What?
You started.
Let's
Dude, stop.
Oh, hey, Johnny. What's up?
I have a problem with Lisa. She says I hit her.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up? Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
I have a problem with Lisa. She says I hit her.
Dinner is served!
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
I have a problem with Lisa. She said I hit her.
What?
That's good.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
I have a problem with Lisa. You're dead, Mark. Mark, you're a psychologist.
No, he's not.
Mark. Danny. Danny. Anything from my friends?
know a girl. She had a dozen guys. One of them found out about it, beat her up so bad she ended up in a hospital on Guerrero Street.
What a story, Mark.
Yeah, you can say that again.
You know, one time I knew this girl who had like 12 dudes, and one of them found out, and he beat her so bad she ended up in a hospital on Gerald Street.
What a story, Mark.
Tell me about it, face. I once knew this girl who had a train with 12 dudes. One of them broke the other one's anus. She ended up in a hospital on Habsburg Lane.
What an anus, Mark.
Oh, thank you. What a beautiful kid there, Johnny.
What a story, Mark.
Ah, yeah, tell me. Mark, I knew this girl with like 12 dudes, and then one of them beat her up.
What a story, Mark.
Tell me about it. You know, one time I knew this girl who had like 12 dudes, and one of them found out and beat her up so bad she's in a hospital in Dante.
Haha. What a story, Mark. 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 Haha. Haha.
You know, this woman right here,
Yeah?
you see these dents in her fat head and breast?
And penis?
Yeah, she had 12 dudes, and one of them found out, and they did this to her, but like with a curb. Isn't that terrible?
What a story. What a story,
Dude,
Mark.
it's such a story. I mean,
What is...
this is her today. Look how ugly she is. Ah! I know you were f***ing my wife Lisa, man.
We're in love.
You know what? Let's settle this the old-fashioned way. A little bit of ping pong.
You got it.
Yeah. Shit. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Dude, this one time, I knew this girl who had like 35 dudes with her every week, and then one of them found out and like beat her up so bad she ended up in a hospital and like my ass, like
Dude, that was crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What a
what are
story,
you?
Mark.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank you.
bud.
Oh, that's pretty hot.